Wow, we got to see Deborah as a baby this episode?
I've gone through every thumb-sucking ball sack of a pimp I know, every whacked-out hooker. You are my last-ditch ass fucked effort.
You know, I think I could venture a guess what her first words would be. Alright guys, this one's going to be doing a review today. This one's going to be doing a review for Dexter Original Sin. This one's going to be doing my next review for Season 1. This is for Episode 6, titled The Joy of Killing. So, wasn't a joy getting to this episode, I'll tell you that right now. I had a serious situation going on with this episode where I was under the assumption, because the release date said under the preview for this episode, that it would be releasing in 2 weeks. And obviously, that was not the case, because the episode came out. So here I was waiting basically a whole other day later to finally get the time to sit down and watch it, because I thought the episode wasn't coming out, and then now I find out that there is a 2-week break between this episode and episode 7, so I'm like, okay, so I'm still going to check next week just to be sure, but yeah, the 1 week off thing for this show was seriously confusing. I don't know what happened there, but anyway, we're back now. Sorry for the late review, but on a positive note, this is without a doubt my favorite episode of Dexter Original Sin so far. This episode had everything. It had OG vibing kills, the first true big kill on a table by Dexter in the fashion that we've always seen him do it in. We heard Tonight's the Night from him, which I thought was awesome. We had so much development for Captain Spencer. We had a bunch of stuff, just a bunch of stuff. This episode was super, super jam-packed. But yeah, so we get to basically see in this episode, let's kind of go over everything kind of timeline-wise here. In the flashbacks, we have Harry and, of course, Lauren, who they both are kind of, getting together and stuff like that, and then he sends her in there to do, of course, a job. And we get the one guy from Season 2 of the original series that actually is brought back from this, this crew or whatever, and obviously we have still yet to see Estrada, but we do get to see kind of what these people are doing, and my god, man, they're like taking fingers and stuff, and you've got her that's like sitting there watching this whole thing. They obviously are worried, so you got Harry that's like, okay, I'm gonna go in and get her out, you know what I mean? But they let her, roam free, of course, but thought it was pretty insane to see that, and the flashbacks per usual. I mean, you just feel a sense of dread, because you know what ends up happening to this woman, and you know what ends up happening to her, and you got Harry that's just, making her go further into this thing, and it's just consistently just bad news. Now you've got the current day storyline where you've got a killer that's on the loose, obviously, Levi, of course, and we kind of have seen this guy for a few episodes, you know what I mean? And Dexter is kind of tailing him the entire episode because he has some unique kills, to say the least, we kind of see that he's got like 2 bags on this guy's head that he killed. Dexter's kind of looking into this whole thing, and you can see the passion in Dexter, and you can actually kind of tell that for the first time LaGuardia was kind of like, like, oh, okay, just stick to your job, Dexter, like, you don't gotta go all this, all the way into it, but, yeah, anyway, he investigates him the entire episode, and I like that he, during this episode, goes with Deb to this, like, party, right? Because Deb, her boyfriend, they're going, and, you got Dexter that takes Deb's best friend there. They're dating, but, like, yeah, like, Dexter, you can tell, isn't really into her, you know what I mean? He's so awkward, man. The guy has absolutely zero riz. I mean, he's literally sitting there the entire time, just like, oh, yeah, so I'll get this, I'll get this, okay, like, and she's just like, is that all for me? And he's like, no, it's just for me. Like, dude, what the hell? Like, my god, man, he learns later on, but holy crap, young Dexter had zero riz, man. He had nothing. Although, based off the, the scene that goes down later, it's crazy because Levi, the guy that he's tracking this entire episode, he is, like, getting with women and doing all this stuff, you know what I mean? Real sleazeball type. And somehow that, when Dexter thinks of what that guy is doing, his killer, that's when he starts getting with this girl. And I'm like, oh my god. It doesn't even, like, it's only just because he's trying to get the full experience. He's trying to get the thrill of it all, I'm like, oh my god, man. But anyway, Dexter ends up getting with her. She goes down on him in the bathroom, so you can tell things are going well. But you can tell he doesn't want to, like, get with her that way, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's like, she's like, oh, can we do something tomorrow night? And he's like, oh, I'm busy tomorrow night, And she's like, okay, well, call me, And he's just like, yeah. He's so awkward, man. It's crazy. But anyway, we got to see that. And then as the episode progressed, and I thought this was absolutely insane, you've got Captain Spencer, of course, who is freaking out because his son has been taken by this killer. And the reason I put fake in the thumbnail is because I'm telling you right now, and I am honestly getting sold on this now. Long shot here, but bear with me. You know how Spencer is freaking out about his son being taken by the killer? And in the opening of this episode, we saw his wife get knocked the hell out and his son get taken. I'm telling you right now, I'm almost guaranteeing it, especially by that one scene we saw a couple episodes ago, by the way that Spencer talked to his kid, which was very overly protective and very like, yeah, don't tell Dexter anything. I am honestly thinking that this whole thing with Spencer is an absolute ploy. I don't think anything of it is coming out. I guarantee you Spencer's the killer. I haven't been more sure of it in a while. I don't believe it. I don't believe the way he's reacting, the way he's this concerned father that's worried about getting his kid back, and he's pissed because you got the one guy that apparently has been sleeping with his wife this entire time, and he's pissed off and everything. I don't know. Something feels off about Spencer. Something feels genuinely like there's something else going on with him. I don't know. I'm very, very sold on the idea that he's the killer. I very much believe it at this point. Now, you get one of the coolest things ever on Dexter with this one. You get the first ever, like, main table kill as he takes this guy out, you know what I mean, while he's taking a piss, too. I mean, that's, crazy. And Dexter puts him on his table, and you have probably one of the greatest scenes ever in this entire show so far, where Dexter kills this guy on his table. He uses the photos, right? We know that Dexter uses the photos, puts it on top of him and everything like that. And he says, he's like, yeah, you and I were not all that different, except here's the difference. I don't kill innocent people, So maybe later on in the Dexter series, I could say that that's kind of maybe a different story, but at least as of right now, it's true. He doesn't kill innocent people. And yeah, it's absolutely insane, man. I love the way they had this guy get taken out, and the way the Dexter killed him I thought was really, really good. And I always find it funny, too, because you got him, he's like, oh, yeah, like, my father was going to kill you, you know what I mean? And then he didn't. I stopped him, And it's like, and he's like, yeah, I don't think he'd be able to hide all those demons, I'm like, well, Dexter, Harry actually hides a lot of things. There's a lot of things Harry doesn't tell you, you know what I mean? Which, can I just point out briefly, too? I know that Harry takes himself out, but I'm like, I'm not seeing the mental decline from him yet, you know what I mean? And with 4 episodes left, I have a theory on Harry as well, too, which leads me to my next thing. You have Dexter when he's tailing this guy, and I caught it right away. I don't know if I'm the only one that caught this, but I noticed it right away. Dexter's trying to cross the street, and you see this, like, ice truck, right, that, like, almost runs into him, and the ice truck keeps moving. You know what I mean? I feel like we're about to get Brian. I do feel like we're about to get the ice truck killer. I feel like we're about to see him in these flashbacks. I feel like he's tailing Dexter on purpose, even back here. You know what I mean? I don't know. Something about it feels incredibly off. Something about it feels really, really off, and I feel like we're going to be seeing the ice truck killer in this show at one point. I also believe, and I know this might sound like an insane twist, I'm actually starting to get the vibe that Brian might have taken out Harry. I know that sounds crazy. I could actually see it. I feel like Brian might have taken out Harry. I don't know why. I feel it happening. I don't know why. Those are 2 of my big theories after this episode. Spencer, I don't think is what he says he is. I think he's absolutely the killer. And I think that Harry did not kill himself, which is going to be a huge twist if they go that route. This episode made my mind wander. I mean, it absolutely did. There were so many amazing things, and for that, it's why it's my favorite episode. There were so many things, so many great moments, and so many standout things that just make my mind go crazy with this show. So, let me know your thoughts down below. What do you guys think of episode 6 of Dexter Original Sin? This show, man, I swear to God, it just gets better and better. I absolutely love it. I can't wait for the next episode. Whether it's 2 weeks from now or it is next week, I'm excited for it, man. I can't wait. So, post comments down below. If you're new to the channel, guys, and you enjoy videos like this, make sure to click subscribe and tune up to any other videos for Dexter Original Sin. Be sure to follow me on Dan's Reviews Official on Instagram, guys. And, of course, I'll see you guys really soon for more videos for Dexter Original Sin. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.
Born in the dark alleys, city of concrete. Dan's reviews blowing up, never taste defeat. Walking Dead dissected every plot twist beat. World gone mad, TV junkies did a treat. Typing up scripts, marathon through the night. His opinions hit harder than a straight fight scene. Every episode, brain sharper than a knife. He's the beacon of critique, shedding TV light.